The nasolabial angle is 90 degrees, lips are competent, and the sublabial fold is medium. The profile is slightly convex and the patient seems to be mesio to brachiofacial. We see a retrognatic mandible. Let's see if it influences the occlusion. We took the patient over from a colleague, so that was our bonding already. The colleague did not make space in us, so the 1-1 impacted 1-1 could not extrude. You see that we activated the 1-1 with a very weak night tie wire. I think it was 014 night tie. Usually you have to do a piggy pack technique, so stabilize the arch with a stainless steel wire and then activate the night tie wire. And the stainless steel wire prevents the intrusion or side effect of the retrievement. We have an overbite of about 10%, a flat curve of SPI. We have the baby teeth have an occlusion of 2 mm of class 2. On the left side, where is it? That's the lateral. Here is the class 1 occlusion. We have a mixed dentition here, also here, and also here. You see that the lower arch has still a mixed dentition in the upper arch, except of the baby 5 on the upper right in the Q1. It was extracted too early and therefore we used an open coil to distalize the 6 into its place. So that was the start. We see a mixed dentition with an 1-5 not erupted yet. So we had at least to keep the supporting zone between lateral and mesial of 6, distal lateral to mesial 6, or tip back the 1-6 slightly to make the eruption of the 1-5 possible. Very important, before you retrieve and impact the tooth, you have to make space that the tooth can erupt. So we activated the 1-1 and you see that we retrieved it actively, and that was the treatment goal of phase 1. Retrieve the 1-5 and retrieve the 1-1. So we are almost done here. We put the bracket on the 1-1, derotated it and finished with the phase 1. And then we debonded the case to wait for the permanent dentition. So you see we have enough space for the eruption of 3-3, the teeth erupt and the permanent teeth slowly erupt. And that was the start of the phase 2. Nasolabial angle 95 degrees maybe. Now you could say the patient has a straight to slightly concave profile as the nose and the chin were growing. With an overbite of about 30%, the curve of SPI is moderate. And we have, a nice class 1 occlusion in that area. The cuspids have 2 mm of class 2, but I think because the 1-2 was distal rotated, we have about 4 mm of class 2 at the cuspid area, class 1 on the molar area, and we say scissor bite, or you also could say cross bite on the 2-4. Here the models. Crowding in the upper is about 2 to 3 mm. We don't have a lot of crowding. In the lower also maybe 3 to 4 mm of crowding with a collapsed Q3. You see that here? So we have to expand the arch, especially at the bicuspid area, and therefore we make space for the rotated cuspids. Here we documented a deep bite. The lower incisor ledges contacted the palate slightly. That was the start. Then start of phase 2. 2-5 was not erupted yet. And we traced the Ceph SN line, Frankfurt horizontal with its extension, palatal plane and mandibular plane. And I always compare the palatal plane with the 3 o'clock line of the clock. And then I look, where does the mandibular plane fit to 30 degrees or 45 degrees? No, not really. I would say rather to 30 degrees or even a little bit less. The average of the angle between palatal and mandibular plane is about 28 degrees. And here I would say we have 20 to 25 degrees, so the patient is skeletal closed. SNA, SNB, we have an A and B of 1 degree maybe. And the width value shows a plus 0.5 millimeter of width. It's a class 1 case, therefore. And when you want to know more about Ceph tracing and analyzing, visit us at module number 1. That's the summary of the diagnosis, profile, dental diagnosis and cephalomatic X-ray. The treatment goals were level and align, class 1 dental, correct overjet and overbite, and correct the crossbite 2-4. The limitations were growth and compliance. And the treatment plan, level and align via progressing the upper, a very easy treatment plan, you see, upper O2 stainless steel, lower 19 by 25 stainless steel, elastics to best occlusion and overlaid stainless steel finishing wire. When you want to know more about mechanics, you know, the side effects of class 2, class 3 elastics, about mechanics and extraction and non-extraction cases and mechanics, then visit our animations and visit us at module 4 and 5. So start phase 2. We made the progress Panorex to see if we had to rebond some teeth. Yes, we have. The 1-2 is not straight, the 2-1 is not straight. Maybe we had to rebond 2-2 and also the 2-3, as it has to have a little bit more mesial tip. Here you see that the wire slided out of the tube 4-6. Another progress Panorex, the root look reasonably parallel, but 4-4, 4-5 and 2-5, maybe also 2-4 and 3-4 still need a distal root tip. Additionally, the root of the 4-5, you see this here, and you see the step between the marginal ridges 4-5 and 4-6. That was the finish after we debonded. Yeah, the patient did not have an iso-occlusion yet. You see we still have a little bit of class 2 on the right side. The bite did not settle, but after a while you can trust that the bite will settle fully. So we have a slight mesial rotation of the 1-3, you see this here. 4-3 is rotated slightly. Yeah, we could have done it better, but we finally can be satisfied with that case. The tracing post-treatment, start, finish, start, finish. Look at this profile change. Look as the nasolabial angle becomes a little bit bigger. Start, finish, and the patient gets more concave. Here we gain space for the tooth 1-5. Finish picture, start, finish. Start with the impacted 1-5 and 1-1. After we finished it, start, finish, finish phase 2. And here you see the retention photos, and as I said, the bite settled nicely. We still have some glue on it. You at least should take away the glue now at this visit. Yeah, the 1-3 to the 4-3 is not fully in class 1, but maybe it's also because of the mesiodistal width of the cuspid. It needs more space than the average. You see that the 2-3 is a little bit smaller mesiodistally, and therefore we have a nice occlusion on the left side. But altogether we can be satisfied with the case. Here we see a slight mesial rotation of the 4-2. Always look twice or 3 times before you debond if all the rotations are gone. Thank you for watching.